Hey guys, CG Inferno here. So today is just going to be my quick impressions on the new Digimon game that I got to play today. Before we begin, I want to say a big thank you for Bandai Namco for inviting me out to an event today, as when I'm recording this, to allow me to play Digimon and a few other games as well. Basically all the games that was at Gamescom that we could play here in the UK, right? For us that didn't manage to go Gamescom. But obviously Digimon was like my main priority, and others, not too much. But yeah, besides the point, I'm gonna be giving you like a quick overview of like what I thought of the game, how I felt it played, and what improvements I would like to see possibly. And yeah, so it's not gonna be too much of a long one, but I always say that and it does tend to be long, but I'll try my best to not keep it too long this time. So essentially, what I got to play was two sections of the game. One was like a adventure one, so I think that's more or less near to the start of the game to an extent, I think. You get to go around the hub a bit, and then can go to the shops. You can buy equipment, more or less, is what it is, to like enhance your Digimons and stuff. Items to like just typical shop items that you get when you play JRPGs, right? That's like the norm at this point. And then in that demo you basically go into the sewers, you can fight a few Digimons there, and then you fight a trio at the end of it, and then the demo ends after that. But that section of the demo, for the most part, I did enjoy. It was nice, vibrant. You could explore quite a bit. You can go different places quite a bit. Obviously, I didn't want to go everywhere, right? But I got a fair amount of time to get the gist of like where we are, what's going on, and everything. I didn't want to hold up like the other people that are waiting to play as well. So I was like, okay, let me not take the piss with that one. But yeah, pretty good. Voice acting is pretty good as well for the most part. Bearing in mind, I have not watched Digimon in a very long time, so it's been so long for me, honestly. Like it was definitely like nostalgia hitting me when I was playing it, man. I was like, damn boy, I really missed this, really did. But yeah, that part of the demo, you got a few shops that you can go to. You got a few other stuff as well to explore, and yeah, it seems there's going to be quite a bit to do in the game. Now the second demo that we get to play, or I got to play, is the boss battle demo. So in this one you get to go against one of the boss fights in the game, which I assume is not too far in, considering the nature of the boss fight. It wasn't anything too extreme. To be honest, the boss fight was definitely quite fun. It has some mechanics, so I assume other boss fights, like major boss fights at least, right, will have some sort of mechanical gimmick to an extent, right? This one was essentially it's resistant to lightning, could absorb lightning, gain 100 HP if it absorbs any like lightning from like the fight itself, not from like our moves, alright? Or at least that's what I don't know of, because I didn't use any electric moves on it. But there's going to be certain conditions with some of these fights, right? And then obviously it has the whole thing of charging up, and then you got to try and remove its stamina gauge before it charges up and does a devastating attack. To be honest, it did do it to me first time, but I think one of my Digimons died, but that one was a bit squishy in my opinion compared to the others. But yeah, that section wasn't too long. It's pretty straightforward. I did enjoy the boss fight, and I'm curious to see how the other boss fights in the game are going to be as well. Now, moving on from that, the amount of Digimons that we were allowed in the demo was quite substantial to an extent for that particular part of the game as well. You do get a fair amount. The game, or the demo that we got to play, just had these set amount of Digimons that we could use. Some of them could be Digi evolved, or you can unevolve them as well if you don't like it. I like that whole system that they've introduced into this one. So essentially, if you want to Digi evolve them, they need to have certain stats with some of them, which is honestly interesting because obviously I know you're going to compare it to Pokemon, right? Where their one's just, you know, you level up and then they evolve. Sometimes they might need an item to hold, sometimes they might need to do it during the day or the night, or they need like their happiness max or whatever, you know. There's always some sort of condition with some of those like odd Pokemons, right? This one, there is quite a bit of evolutions in them as well. And obviously if you're not really feeling that evolution, you can go back and then go to a different one as well, as long as you meet the conditions. So there's definitely going to be a wide range of variety of all of these Digimons. Depending on how some of them go, probably I would assume some of them are going to be stupidly busted. But you know, that is honestly, that's just the nature of JRPG games in this day and age. Like there's always something that's very good and it will just like steamroll for like the majority of the game. There are also these cards that you can collect, I guess collectibles in a sense of all the Digimons, maybe even more stuff as well. It's going to be interesting. I'm kind of that's I guess for those that enjoy collection and all of that, that's a nice feature as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that part. Now in terms of improvement, now I know this is a long shot, right? This is a big long shot, especially considering this game is out in a month, right? But tell me why on the PS5 what we're playing, not the Pro, just the normal one, is this game running at 30 FPS? Like in no right mind, yeah, should have this been locked to 30 FPS on PS5 or consoles, you know? Okay, maybe if it's coming on Switch, I can't remember if it is, but you know, Switch is outdated. You know, Switch 2 I expected. For a game like this, I was expecting 60 minimum. Now I know this thing was like talked about a few months ago. I would have thought they would have at least done something about it, but clearly they just stuck to the gun and said, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at 30 FPS. And I kid you not, I was very disappointed. Now I know some people are going to be saying frames don't make, you know, the game, you know, sort of the story and all that, and that is true. But when you see some of these games, you're thinking, to me, I think, why can't they push 60 FPS? Like, what is stopping them from doing it? Because they've done it for previous game as well, but what's stopping them? But again, you know, I don't know what's going on in the dev team. I wish I could talk to them and ask them about it. If the stars align, maybe. But at this point in time, personally me, I would say if you have a PC or a Steam Deck and you care for like your 60 FPS or more, just get the game there, because I mean 30 is not unplayable, don't get me wrong, but come on man, for a game like this it should be easy to hit 60 on like every console, especially like, I can't even say next gen, the current gen or less, you know. But yeah, that's my little rant on that improvements part. So yeah, definitely kept this one short and sweet. Looking forward to the game, definitely. Obviously it's out at an awkward time for me, but I still think I'll go through it regardless. I hope you guys enjoyed this video or my impressions. If you want to know any more, just let me know down in the comments below. Again, thank you Bandai Namco for inviting me and allowing me to play and record it as well, which I was very shocked about, but you know, they actually allowed it. And yeah, I will probably, well, not even probably, I will play the full game and then I'll give like my whole review on that as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video.